She said that last night she called ya. Said JVB is the future. Palace backpack, Nike snapback. Break truck, stop playing hack sack. All gas, whole lot of motion. Headbang, whiplash, past the moat train. Soft up, fits on 10. Yankee fitted, even in my bed. Small town boys up next to bat. JVB make it get slapped. It's so
We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic coast in the northeast corner of Florida. Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visitors' sideline, that's Dave Canales trying to get the Panthers turned around in his second season. Across from him, you've got the coach of the Jaguars. This guy's come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. Led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida, it's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking new season, new opportunity. And I still do this at a high level, and you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, Richardson. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. The veteran safety, Harrison Smith, there on the stop. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 6. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Throw on the run is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
And it's third down.
Come on.
Now Richardson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. Jalen Carter. a start. 2 sacks on the very first drive of this year.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by the quarterback, formerly University of Tennessee. It's Joe Milton.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throwing on 2nd down is Milton. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
To the air on 3rd down is Milton. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Panthers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. On the give, it's Williams. And they'll take this down inside with 35. A gain of 11 on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it. Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 0-0 is the score. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Panthers football to begin this 2nd quarter. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. Richardson gonna look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Now a toss, left side, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Seibert's kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 3-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a leader, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
Hey, Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top. And trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cooper.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The #1 thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Roll ready.
On play action, Richardson. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And he'll take this one in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Panthers. Seibert's extra point is true. And the Panthers are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Corey Horton now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread. But now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror the playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
On 1st down, right back to Hampton. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. They'll look to pick up the pace. They'll run with Hampton. A second effort, and he is in. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Jacksonville. For Hampton, the rookie, he's going to want to hold on to that one. First touchdown of his young career. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars are on the board. It's 10-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Richardson. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. The Panthers will take their first timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Let's go now.
Richardson to throw. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Richardson. Duvernay with the drag. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. The Jaguars offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening, and big numbers in this first half. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Milton to the air on second down. That's complete. It's Odunze. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Jags offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year, McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco...
It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCollum.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That's caught downfield by McBride. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. He takes off.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
3rd and a yard. He'll try to run for it with Williams. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
It's a loss.
Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. This a 42-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers will extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division, yet people overlook it at times, and maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike, you think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady. And then Atlanta, they make the Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. And New Orleans, and obviously the success they had with Drew Brees. And Carolina, we played in a Super Bowl. I mean, this was a division you didn't want to play. Now, they've all fallen on their resets. New coaches, new quarterbacks. Tampa Bay has done the best job weathering and taking advantage of their rebuild and their next era in the midst of a down division. So, big reason they've won 4 in a row. Can Atlanta, can Carolina, New Orleans, can they catch up? Because right now, like you said, Tampa Bay's been the dominant team in this division.
Greg, you lived it, you know it. While these may not be the biggest markets in the league, the rivalries amongst these teams really elevates what you see when you watch the NFC South go head-to-head, too.
Yeah, and over the years, there's been some major games played between Hall of Fame quarterbacks in uniform for all these teams. So it has a lot more history and a lot more, kind of relevance than maybe it feels as of late. The markets are a little smaller. The teams have been down. They might not have the premier star players that they had in past generations. So they've got to continue to rebuild these rosters, continue to have these new coaches find their footing, and we might be a year or two away from the NFC South getting back to what it used to be.
Right side, catch made by Dobbs. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And he will pass the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. That's to the end zone, where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
2nd down and 10.
Come on.
Here's Richardson. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. They'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, first and goal.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready? 70 Lions.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
A second down throw for Richardson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Anthony Richardson, touchdown Carolina. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. So Richardson and the offense ready to go for 2.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. That is caught in the end zone. 2 points for the moment. We do have a flag down. Let's see if this will hold up. They will go ahead and decline that one and take the 2 points. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
7 Pirates. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19.
Milton from the gun here on 3rd down. That's to the running back, Amarian Hampton. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. They'll go. Here's Milton. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Dragon 60.
Throw once more. Here's Milton. Short throw taken by Pitts. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Hold it 6. Come on. 6.
To the air once more is Milton. That's complete to Watson. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
It's 4th down.
They'll go. It's Hampton. And he's going to have the Jags 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down.
A gain of 12 yards. Move those chains. That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hawk 70.
Play action. Now it's Milton. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far.
Still 1st down.
And it draws the flag. From the gun, here's Milton. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. They'll come up now for second down.
47-yard line.
Get out of the gun is Milton. Exiting the pocket right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
This one down the field, but will wind up incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Throwing is Milton. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down. First and 10 now from the 36. Drive begins with a run by Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2 brings up second down at the 35-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's second and 11. They'll drop to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense can take this one with 1:51 to go. On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. Wallace now on the return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with first and 10. To the air, it's Milton. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Panthers have it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do. And a few kneel down should come close to closing this one out, depending on whether or not the defense wants to use those 2 timeouts they have left. But it really would just prolong what seems to be inevitable. And he's in! Trey McBride. Touchdown, Panthers. That his second touchdown now here in the season opener. Cyber's extra point is true. Panthers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Liam Cohen there, the head coach of the Jaguars, his guys set to take over once more. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So In this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That's the four-time All-Pro Myles Garrett working his way in to register his first sack of the new season. He'll get this complete to Worthy. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
Back. Bronco 80. Go back. Let's go.
Looking to throw, it's Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
To throw, it's Milton. Open man is Horton. It's caught. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Come on. Ready?
Milton going to look to throw it again. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
Cougar 19. Ready?
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign.